Let's bring in Andrew Baum, Global Head of Healthcare at Citi, to weigh in on the vaccine rollout and the vaccine landscape more broadly. Andrew, great to have you on the program again. So today marks a historic day for the United Kingdom and for Pfizer and BioNTech, the first vaccine approved by a Western government for rollout. But we are still waiting for that all-important U.S. FDA approval for the vaccine. A committee of experts is due to meet on Thursday. And as I understand, today we are likely to get a raft of data for those experts to dissect in the lead up to that meeting. How are you thinking about the U.S. FDA decision, and is there any risk that we don't see the U.S. follow suit and approve this vaccine?
So I think the risk is very, very low. All the signals coming from the US, from multiple agencies, is this is something very close to a done deal. As far as we know from the data that's been put into the public domain, this vaccine is highly effective, 95% efficacy, with no worrying adverse events noted during the period of observation. So I would be very surprised if anything arose during the panel meeting that would cause any concern for an approval within the next week or so after the panel.
Now, Andrew, rightly so, everybody seems to be focusing, from a public perspective anyway, on the Pfizer-BioNTech vaccine. But we are very, very closely watching AstraZeneca and the University of Oxford, and we're due to get a peer-reviewed full study published in the Lancet Medical Journal any day now. I'm curious, based on your expert opinion, talking to the company, what you make of the concerns that have been raised around the University of Oxford vaccine. Is this likely to prove a storm in a teacup, or are the concerns genuine around the trial results and the efficacy numbers?
So I think a lot of the confusion that has arisen is largely because this trial was not initiated by industry. It was initiated by an academic organization, in fact, my alma mater, Oxford. And the reasons why pharma companies, not universities, develop drugs is developing drugs is not universities' core competence. The data they have delivered shows this drug is highly effective, although not as effective as we see for the two mRNA vaccines. There's suggestion that we could improve the efficacy by using a lower initial dose, but at the moment that's only a hypothesis that needs testing. The other thing to bear in mind is, as you noted, we've only got headline data from, in fact, all the current vaccines. So all the very important information about how well this vaccine works in subgroups, how effective these vaccines are in preventing severe infections, asymptomatic infections. This is not yet known and will partly be disclosed in some of the publications. You mentioned the Lancet, but we'll get additional information from the two other vaccines, as well as time as we see more events occurring in the trials. So I can only give an opinion on what we see right now. I think it is an effective vaccine. It's a tremendous development. Is it as clean as the Pfizer and the Moderna data? No, but I think it has an incredibly important role, not only in Western European markets, but I think especially in the less developed world,